What's the real story behind Gojo Satoru's mindset? Picture this. A guy who's practically invincible, crushing enemies with ease, yet he's on a mission to shake up the Jujutsu world. Gojo is a wild mix of insane power, arrogance, and a surprising drive to make things better. But how does someone so godlike end up with a vision for justice and balance? Let's dive deep into Gojo Satoru's philosophy and uncover the mind-blowing truths that drive his epic quest for change. To really get Gojo Satoru, you need to start with his incredible birthright, the 6 eyes and the limitless curse technique. Abilities so rare and powerful they're almost legendary. Born into the prestigious Gojo family, he was marked for greatness from day one. But what makes Gojo truly unique isn't just his massive power, it's how he uses it. Growing up, Gojo saw the corruption and rigidness in the Jujutsu society. He noticed how the older generation clung to outdated systems, holding back potential and keeping the status quo that only helped the elite. This early look at the deep-seated problems lit a fire in him, pushing him to take on a mission most wouldn't even consider. Tearing down these old structures and forging a new path for the future, Gojo's radical philosophy began forming during his time at Tokyo Jujutsu High, where his unmatched strength was both a blessing and a curse. One key moment that really shaped his views was the mission involving Riko Amanai. What was supposed to be a straightforward escort mission turned into a nightmare when assassins came after Riko. Despite his immense power, Gojo couldn't stop the tragedy that happened. This event hit him hard, highlighting that even incredible strength has its limits, especially against a corrupt system. It was then that Gojo made a vow. He wouldn't just be a passive protector, he'd actively work to overturn the outdated norms of the Jujutsu world. Despite his overwhelming power and confidence, Gojo Satoru's journey is not without personal struggles. The burden of his abilities and the expectations placed upon him often isolate him from others, creating a sense of loneliness. His invincibility sets him apart, making it difficult to form genuine connections. This isolation fuels his desire to reform the Jujutsu world, as he yearns for a community where he can belong and where others can thrive without the constraints that he experienced. His interactions with allies and students reveal glimpses of vulnerability, highlighting that even the strongest sorcerer grapples with the weight of his responsibilities and the loneliness that comes with his power. This inner conflict adds depth to Gojo's character, portraying him not just as a powerhouse, but as a complex individual striving for meaningful change. Gojo Satoru's relationships significantly shape his mindset and actions. His bond with Suguru Geto, a former friend turned antagonist, profoundly impacts his worldview. Their friendship, once built on mutual respect and shared ideals, ultimately ends in betrayal and tragedy, illustrating the harsh realities of the Jujutsu world. This betrayal reinforces Gojo's resolve to change the system that corrupted his friend. Additionally, his mentorship of students like Yuji, Megumi, and Nobara is driven by a desire to create a supportive environment that he lacked. By investing in these relationships, Gojo demonstrates that his vision for a better future is deeply personal. He seeks to protect and nurture the next generation, ensuring they do not fall victim to the same pitfalls that claimed his friendship with Geto. These relationships underscore the emotional depth of Gojo's mission, making his quest for reform a heartfelt endeavor. Gojo's burning desire for change shines through in his teaching style. As a teacher at Tokyo Jujutsu High, he carefully selects and mentors students, not just for their power but for their ability to think outside the box. Gojo knows that real change comes from fostering a new generation free from outdated traditions. Instead of keeping his knowledge to himself, he shares it openly, pushing his students to question and challenge the rigid systems holding them back. It's this bold vision for a better future and his drive to break the chains of tradition that make Gojo Satoru a true force in the world of Jujutsu sorcery. You can't talk about Gojo Satoru's philosophy without mentioning his bold showdown with the Jujutsu Society's higher-ups. Unlike his peers, Gojo isn't scared of the elders who cling to their power. Instead, he takes them on directly, exposing their flaws and inefficiencies. One of the most jaw-dropping moments was when Gojo openly slammed the Jujutsu Council for how they treated Yuji Itadori, a kid possessed by Sukuna, an ancient and evil curse. While the council saw Yuji as a dangerous threat to be eliminated, Gojo saw potential for growth and redemption. By insisting on Yuji's ability to become a powerful ally against curses, Gojo didn't just defy the council's authority. He pushed his mission to prove that even the most rigid systems can change and adapt. Gojo's relentless drive to reform the system is matched by his brutal honesty about its failures. He's not afraid to shine a light on the Jujutsu world's darkest secrets and expose its corrupt, self-serving nature. This became crystal clear when he openly warned the higher-ups that if they continued their oppressive ways, he wouldn't hesitate to unleash his unmatched power against them. His boldness isn't just for show, it's a declaration of war against complacency and injustice. Gojo's philosophy of relentless reform and undeniable strength serves as a powerful reminder. No matter how invincible a system may seem, there's always someone ready to shake its foundations and build something better. What makes Gojo Satoru's philosophy so mind-blowing is his contradictory nature. a mix of overwhelming confidence and genuine care for others. He flaunts his invincibility and powers without a hint of modesty, exuding unapologetic arrogance. To many, this seems like pure ego, but for Gojo, it's a calculated move to show what's possible in a world free from the outdated Jujutsu system's limitations. His arrogance is a tool to inspire others to break their own constraints and imagine a future not controlled by the old guard. Yet beneath this tough exterior lies deep compassion and a desire to protect the innocent and uplift the downtrodden. His interactions with students are full of genuine empathy and encouragement, revealing a mentor fiercely committed to guiding the next generation toward a brighter, more equitable future. This duality, his ruthless drive to dismantle systemic corruption paired with his heartfelt dedication to nurturing potential, paints a compelling picture of a man driven by a profound sense of purpose, one that both shocks and inspires. Gojo Satoru's bold philosophy has earned him some serious enemies. His vision to revolutionize Jujutsu society puts him in direct conflict with powerful figures who are determined to keep things as they are. One of his main opponents is Principal Gakuganji, a hardcore traditionalist representing the old-school mindset that Gojo is set on dismantling. Their clashes are epic, each one a showdown between progress and tradition. But Gojo's defiance isn't just aimed at individuals, it's a challenge to the entire conservative establishment that's scared of change. His risky moves, like taking on unauthorized missions or defying top-level orders, are all part of his strategy to shake up the Jujutsu hierarchy. These battles are more than just power plays. They symbolize Gojo's fight against a corrupt system that's been holding back true Jujutsu potential. By taking on these entrenched forces, Gojo is paving the way for a revolutionary shift, proving that his mindset is not just a dream but a concrete plan for the future. In his relentless quest for change, Gojo Satoru's philosophy is driven by a unique sense of justice. His bold claim that he'd kill every higher-up sorcerer for a better future in Jujutsu sorcery is shocking, but he means it. Gojo views the entrenched hierarchy as the real enemy, one that fosters injustice and stifles progress. His willingness to go to such extremes shows his deep commitment to his vision. However, it's not just about tearing down the old. Gojo is passionate about building something new and fair. The audacity of his mindset lies in his belief that true justice means breaking down barriers to growth and creating a meritocratic system where talent thrives. This radical approach makes Gojo Satoru a figure of awe, fear, and respect. A true revolutionary using his immense power not for personal gain, but to transform the world for the better. As we dive deeper into Gojo Satoru's philosophy, we uncover another incredible aspect, his unwavering belief in human potential. Unlike many of his peers, Gojo doesn't see people as mere tools or vessels for curses. He views them as unique individuals with limitless possibilities. This belief shines through in his support for Yuji Itadori, an ordinary high schooler who becomes the host for Sukuna, the king of curses. Where others saw a disaster waiting to happen, Gojo saw a young man with an extraordinary will to do good. His choice to train and mentor Yuji was a risky move, but it was driven by his conviction that with the right guidance, people can rise above their circumstances and unleash their inner strength. Gojo's knack for spotting and nurturing raw talent doesn't stop with Yuji. He also believes in the potential of other students like the mysterious Megumi Fushiguro and the fierce Nobara Kugisaki. By empowering these young sorcerers, Gojo challenges the conservative norms of the Jujutsu society and sets the stage for a future where innovation and individuality are celebrated. This radical and often surprising faith in people solidifies Gojo Satoru as a visionary leader, someone who dares to dream of a world freed from the chains of conformity and mediocrity. As we've explored Gojo Satoru's mindset, one thing is crystal clear. His vision for a radically transformed Jujutsu society is revolutionary. By challenging old hierarchies, nurturing the next generation, and using his immense power with justice and purpose, Gojo stands as a symbol of change and hope. Now it's your turn to dive deeper. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Gojo's bold philosophy can really reshape the Jujutsu world? If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more amazing insights into your favorite characters. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for our next video on Jujutsu Kaisen.